One of our top political stories, and the Gupkar Alliance has said that assembly elections should be held in Jammu and Kashmir only after the centre restores statehood. The alliance has also expressed disappointment at the outcome of the PM's all-party meeting, citing the absence of any substantial confidence-building measures such as release of political prisoners in Kashmir. Remember, that had been one of the main demands which had been made by the PDP chief, Mehbooba Mufti, even before she went for the dialogue. The statement comes after the alliance leaders held a meeting last evening in Srinagar. The meeting also comes ahead of the visit of members of the delimitation panel to the Union Territory. So this is the latest that you can that we've got from the Gupkar Alliance and their comments about the Prime Minister meeting with Prime Minister recently. Let me go across to my colleague Sohail for more. Sohail, explain to us, we saw a few days back the same leaders actually participating in that meeting with the Prime Minister. I'm sure they must have exchanged some of these concerns there. But is it, was it expected that they would come out and say this? Although we did hear some of the leaders like Omar Abdullah also talking about certain concerns that they still have as far as J&K statehood issue is concerned.
Well, if we talk about first about the all-party meet, all the leaders who participated in that meeting, they all said that, the meeting had taken place in a cordial atmosphere. In fact, Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, had given them a patient hearing, and in fact, it lasted for more than 3 hours. But today, there's entirely a different statement coming from People's Alliance for Gupkar Declaration, who are disappointed because they have mentioned in the, in the statement that they are disappointed with the outcome of all-party meeting because there has been no confidence-building measure on ground. The leaders are still in jails. There are many other people from Kashmir Valley who are languishing in jails, and they have not been released. They are saying that there's no outcome of that meeting. But at the same time, we also need to understand that these leaders, soon after the meeting ended, said that this is just the beginning. And in fact, Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, he was actually he actually welcomed all the leaders. But today the statement is completely different from People's Alliance for Gupkar Declaration. In the statement, they have clearly said that, first statehood has to be given back to Jammu and Kashmir, and then, centre should think about the elections. But centre has already fixed a timeline, and the timeline is the first there will be delimitation exercise. After delimitation exercise is complete, once it's done, then, elections will be conducted, and then, centre will go for elections. In fact, Election Commission of India will go for elections in Jammu and Kashmir. And at the same time, tomorrow there's a meeting of Delimitation Commission members with the political workers. All the parties have been invited. In fact, People's Democratic Party is the only party that has not decided yet whether the delegation from PDP will be meeting Delimitation Commission members or not. But at this point in time, the PAJD has given its stand that they will continue to fight for restoration of Article 370, 35A. And before elections, their stand is clear that before statehood, there should be no elections. State elections should be conducted in Jammu and Kashmir only after the statehood is given back to Jammu and Kashmir, because this was promised by the Bharatiya Janata Party, by the centre from the floor of the house. So now this is the time, everything is all right in Jammu and Kashmir. So first statehood should be given back, and then elections should be conducted in the Union Territory.
Right, Sohail will of course be tracking this big political story with you. Thank you so much for joining us with that update.